Hello my dear young minds, how are you all? Safe and secure at home, right? And dear students, in our previous classes we have successfully completed Unit 1 completely, reading A, reading B, reading C, including textual grammar and also participles. Well, today in this class we are going to start a new topic, a new unit which is called second, and that is wit and humor. What is the main theme of first unit, my dear? Personality development. In the personality development, and we have reading A, reading B, reading C, right? And in this class also, and in this unit also, we have three readings, that is reading A, reading B, reading C. And the main theme of second unit is wit and humor. Wit and humor. Yes, what is meant by wit and what is meant by humor? Yeah, let me see here. And wit is nothing but a comic way, a funniest thing. Okay, na wit. Okay, now we can see a wit person, clever Tenali Ramakrishna. He has a wonderful wit. Okay, now witty, talented. And next, humor. Humor is nothing but a funny or amusing quality. See, some people had a humorous. Some people have a humorous knowledge, which means the sense they make everybody laugh. Okay, na? Whatever the people surrounded by themselves, they are always making fun of others. Humorous people. Okay, na? So they are very good at humor. Okay, na? They make others funny or amusing. So that is called wit and humor. Based on this theme, we have three readings: reading A, reading B, reading C. Let's get into the reading A of second unit, that is The Dear Departed Part 1. The Dear Departed Part 1. What is the title? The Dear Departed Part 1. Yes, let me tell you what is meant by dear, what is meant by departed. Dear means in the sense the one who is beloved to us, the one who is a lovable person to us, the dear person. Okay, now we can call dear, right? My dear. So the one who is very close to our heart, lovable person. Okay, now so such person is called dear one, and here departed means died, passed away, expired, kicked the bucket. Okay, na? So the dear departed means in the sense the lovable person is departed, died. Let me see who is the dear one, who is departed in the lesson. Okay, na? That is the part 1. And as we completed already this lesson in Zoom class, let's listen one more time, no problem. As many times as you listen, you will never forget in your life, and you will never forget for your public examination. It will remain you, stay in your heart always, forever, right? Yes. This story, okay, na? This story is written by, it is a one act play written by William Stanley Houghton. Who is the writer? William Stanley Houghton. It is a one act play. What kind of a lesson? The Dear Departed Part 1. The question will be given like this, Nana, for your upcoming OT examinations. So this is the syllabus for your OT examination on this Saturday. And FA1, I will tell you the syllabus later. We will post later regarding FA1, completely based on first unit. Okay, na? Reading ABC. And this syllabus is for your forthcoming examination and online objective test 6th. Well, yes, the Dear Departed Part 1. And let me, before going to explain the lesson, let me get into the characters. What are the characters? Okay, na? Right. There are few characters here. Let me introduce you the first one. Abel Merriweather. Okay, na? Abel Merriweather is a single word. Okay, na? That's why I wrote separatedly, so to make you to understand. It is a single word, Nana. It is not separated word. It is a single word. Many students made mistakes while writing Merriweather name. If question asked like this, who is head of the family? Abel Merriweather. You need to write the name, right? Some people, they separated and they departed those two names. They divisioned. Okay, na? They partitioned the two names. Don't write like that. Okay, na? Dear, so Merriweather. So it is a single word. Well, Abel Merriweather is the head of the family. Abel Merriweather is the head of the family. Okay, na? Merriweather is a single word, my dear. Okay, na? Right. And Abel Merriweather has two daughters named Amelia Slater, Elizabeth Jordan. How many daughters he had? And two daughters, Amelia Slater, Elizabeth Jordan. Well, and see, two daughters have two husbands. I mean individually, sorry. And two daughters have two husbands. And see here, Amelia Slater got married to Henry Slater. Elizabeth Jordan got married to Ben Jordan. Okay na? And just you can simply remember, these are Slater's family, these are Jordan's family. Emilia, Elizabeth are their names. After they got married, there is a tag for them. Okay na? That is a tag, Slater tag added. Okay na? And Elizabeth has added Jordan. So this is the Jordan family and this is Slater's family. Okay na? And next, Slater's family has a daughter named Victoria Slater. Victoria Slater, she is a yes, we know very well that she is a 10 years girl, very precocious girl. She is a very precocious girl, means very intelligent girl. Though she turned to 10, at that age also she behaves excellent in the manner, very active and very intelligent. Okay na? Right. And here Jordan has a son named Jimmy. These two had a son named Jimmy. What is his name? Jimmy. Jordan has a son named Jimmy. Slater's family has a daughter named Victoria Slater. Victoria Slater. And these are the characters, main characters. Okay na? Right. Yes. See, if you observed in these characters, I wrote ladies' names first. Can anyone guess what is the reason? What might be the reason that I wrote the ladies' names first here? See, in these two family, I wrote ladies' names because I can symbolize that, it can symbolize that this writing of the ladies' names first symbolizes that in this family there is a female domination. There is a female domination happening in this family. So that's why I wrote ladies' names first. Okay na? These two husbands are there just for namesake. Just for namesake. They don't do anything in the family. They did not take any responsibilities related to the family. Okay na? So that's why these two husbands has a pet name called hen-pecked husbands. Hen-pecked husbands. Hen-pecked husbands. The husbands who always carry the end of the saree of their wives is nothing but hen-pecked husbands. Hen-pecked husbands. These are the two characteristics. Hen-pecked husbands. They doesn't have any right to speak. That's why I think mother's tongue, only mother tongue will be there. There is no father tongue, right? So they did not give any chance in the family to speak, I think. According to this lesson, this story, there is a female domination. Okay na? Right. Hen-pecked husbands. And remember these characters, Nana. And this is a title, The Dear Departed Part 1, written by William Stanley Houghton, a British writer. Okay na? Right. William Stanley Houghton. The dear means the lovable person. Departed means died. Someone died in the family. Let me see who is he. Okay na? Right. And The Dear Departed Part 1, one act play. And yes, explained characters successfully. And let's get into the from first onwards, Nana. Right. And if you have textbooks, better to open the page number 37. When the curtain rises, as this is a one act play, this kind of curtain raising and started characters entering the characters into the scene, and they started explaining. They took a gap, middle some kind of instructions will be, as this is a one act play. Okay na? So when the curtain rises, Mrs. Slater is seen laying the table. Laying the table means she is adjusting the table. Laying the table. Okay na? When the scene opened, when the curtain rises, who is doing? Mrs. Slater, Emilia Slater is laying the table. She is adjusting the table. Okay na? So she is adjusting. She is making arrangement. She is making all the things properly in order to make. Right? Yeah, she is arranging the things on the bench. And she is a vigorous. Vigorous means very active. Vigorous means what, Nana? Very active. And plump means slightly fat. She is a plump, slightly fat. Red-faced means angry. She is always looks angry. Okay na? Irritated. Vulgar woman. Vulgar words. She used vulgar words. Prepared to do any amount of straight talking to get her own way. I mean, she is a straightforward girl. Okay na? Straightforward. On the face itself, she convey whatever the feeling that she had in her mind. Okay na? Well, and trying to get her own way. If she wanted to get her own way, she can convince anybody. Emilia Slater can convince anybody to get into her own way. She had that talent. Well, yes. and she is in black means in the sense she is in a black dress. She is in a black means in the sense not she is in black color, she is wearing black dress. And she goes to the window, she goes to the window and she opened the window and calls into the street, and she is calling somebody into the street who is playing outside. Okay na? And here scene started. Mrs. Slater sharply, seriously raising her tone, Victoria, Victoria, do you hear? Come in, will you? She, the first dialogue of Mrs. Slater is, and she is calling Victoria, and Victoria is playing outside, and she called her, Victoria, Victoria, do you hear? Do you hear? I am calling you only. Do you hear my words? Come in. Come in. Get inside. She is calling her daughter. Victoria, a precocious girl, and she is a precocious girl. Precocious means intelligent, very active, very, okay na, very clever girl, and dressed in colors. She is wearing colorful dress. Comes in. She comes in. Okay na? She is getting inside. And next, Mrs. Slater, again, same words. I am amazed at you, Victoria. I really am. See, second time, and the second dialogue again for her only. I am amazed at you. I am surprised after looking at you, Victoria. I don't know why I am. I really am. Really, I am getting surprised after looking at you. Be off now. Come down now and change your dress before your aunt and Elizabeth and Uncle Ben come. Before your aunt, okay na? See, before your aunt Elizabeth, before your aunt Elizabeth and Ben uncle come. Okay, your uncle Ben come, better to change your dress before they are coming to our house. Before they are getting into our house, better to go and change your dress. Okay na? Right. So there might be the reason why she is asking to change her dress. She is in colorful dress. It would never do for them to find you in colors with grandfather laying dead upstairs. Okay na? This might be the reason. This will be the reason. So, see, and here Amelia Slater said that your grandfather died at upstairs. Okay na? When your grandfather died at upstairs, if you appear in colorful dress, they might thought different. They might think different, right? Definitely. See this girl, though the grandpa died and she is still enjoying in colorful dress. She is not at all wearing black dress. She doesn't have any feeling towards her grandfather. Definitely they thought like that. So that's why we don't want to give any chance to think about your about you. Okay na? So your uncle and aunt, we don't want to give any chance for them to question you. So go and change your dress as your grandpa died upstairs. Okay na? So actually in downstairs these people are living, Slaters are living. In upstairs, okay na? So Abel Merriweather is living. He died. So now we will get the point, right? Deer died. Who is deer? Abel Merriweather died. Okay na? Right. Victoria, and as we all know that she is a precocious girl, she asked immediately, what are they coming for? They haven't been here for ages. Ma, what happened, ma? They are coming, why they are coming so suddenly? They haven't been here for ages. Underline for ages, Nana. For a long time onwards. From a long time onwards, those people are not at our home. What happened to them suddenly? Why they are visiting our house? What are they coming for, mom? Is there any reason for their visit? And Mrs. Slater asked, yeah, they are coming to talk over poor grandpa's affairs. Grandpa's affairs means they are going to coming to attend the funeral of your grandfather. Funeral means in the sense, Nana, Antikriyal. If anyone dies, we do the rituals, right, which is called funeral. They are coming to attend to the funeral of your grandpa. Okay na? So that's why we are informing. Your father sent them a telegram as soon as we found he was dead. Who sent telegram to whom, Nana? Your father. Your father means whose father? Victoria's father. Who is Victoria's father? Henry Slater. Henry Slater sent a telegram to Elizabeth Jordan and Ben Jordan conveying that Abel Merriweather died. Okay na? What is the telegram indicates, Nana? The telegram indicates about the death of Abel Merriweather. Death of Abel Merriweather. Your father sent them a telegram as soon as we found he was dead. Who was supposed to be dead here? Sorry. Who was dead here? Abel Merriweather. Abel Merriweather dead. Yes, a noise is heard and it means in the sense someone is entering into the scene. And Henry Slater, stooping means bending, and actually he had a stooping quality. I think some people who walked like this with a stick, right, those people are called stooping people, okay na? Right, stooping, heavy man with a drooping mustache. Drooping means hanging mustache, hanging beard, okay na? Hanging mustache enters. He is wearing black tailcoat, grey trousers, grey pants, grey color pants, black tie, bowler hat, okay na? Bowler hat, okay na? Rounded hat. These are the qualities of Henry Slater. Well, and after Henry came, Henry said one dialogue. I am really wondering if they will come at all. I am really surprising if they will come at all. At last they are coming. And see, he said that at last they are coming. For that there is a reason. What is the reason? When you and Elizabeth quarreled each other, who are quarreled, Nana? When you and Elizabeth quarreled each other, she said that she would never set foot in her house again. See, when these two people quarreled before, who are the two people? Amelia Slater, Elizabeth Jordan. These two people quarreled each other. When they quarreled each other, Elizabeth said that she said, I would never set foot in my house again and again. See, you know what she said? I am not going to set my foot. How that dirty, shameless girl coming again to our house and again. Okay, na? And right, this is the question. And right, set foot, Nana. Set foot is an idiomatic expression which means enter. Okay, na? Enter. Set foot means enter. Yes, and Mrs. Slater said immediately, she will come fast enough after her share of our father, what our fathers left. You know, she is come fast enough after her share of our father. Hello, excuse me. And she is coming for the property of grandfather, property of father. She is not coming to the love and affection towards the father. She is coming only for the property. Okay, na? She is not at all coming for showing her love and affection towards our father, towards my father. She is coming only for the property whatever left by Abel Meriwether. That's why she is coming fast enough. Okay, na? As soon as she received the telegram, she immediately started because of property. And she said that, you know how hard she can be when she likes. When she liked anything, she is very tough. And whatever the thing that they liked during the childhood, if she wanted to receive that thing, she becomes very tough to receive that thing. So that is the reason. Where she get, I can't tell. And she said that I don't know where this quality comes from her. I don't know where this quality. What kind of quality, Nana? Being very tough to receive something. If she liked anything, and she is very stubborn to receive that thing. So that's why she is very tough. So she conveys simply that I don't know where this quality come from. And he said immediately, I suppose it's in the family. Your family blood is like that. Not only your sister, you also like that. Okay, na? See, these two sisters are being tough to receive something. When they liked anything, they are trying to fight to get, okay, na, something that they belongs to. And he said simply, and he is making satire on their family is, I suppose it's in the family. Your family blood is like that. Okay, na? You also like that, your sister is also like that. And he asked immediately, where are my slippers? Who is the speaker of these words, Nana? Henry Slater. Henry Slater asked Amelia Slater where his slippers were. Well, and Mrs. Slater said immediately, in the kitchen. Where their slippers are there? In the kitchen. You need a really new one. Your old ones are really worn out, means damaged. Well, yes, in the kitchen, but you want a new pair. You need a new pair now, and those old ones are nearly worn out, means damaged. Whatever the slippers that you are wearing now are really worn out, damaged. So that's why you need a new pair. So, and you don't seem to realize what it costing me. Bear up, I am like doing, and you don't know how I am suffering towards your welfare. I am struggling hard to receive something, to give something to the welfare of your family, and my heart fit to break when I see little trifles that belong to my father lying around lying around. I think he will never use them again. She said immediately and funnily, seriously that. And see, wherever I see, my father things are appearing. Okay, na? I can't control my heart. I couldn't control my heart. I want to take all those things. Well, yes, briskly. And she said immediately, here, you would better wear the slippers of my father's now. It's just lucky he would just got a new pair. I think you are very lucky to have these slippers. Better to wear these slippers. Last night itself only, my father bought a new pair of slippers. I think he is going to buy for you exclusively. Now he is not there anymore. So go on, better to wear the slippers of my father. See, she is suggesting to wear the slippers of dead father, which belongs to the Abel Merriweather, right? Actually, those slippers belongs to Abel Merriweather. But she is suggesting him to wear the slippers of his father, right? Let me see what will happen. Yes, and he started wearing the slippers, but they are very tough to him. They are not fit for him. And he said immediately in a requested manner, they will be very small for me, my dear. Who is the speaker of these words? None, very important question, and keep it in a star mark. They will be very small for me, my dear. Sorry, dears. Henry Slater. Who is the speaker of these words? Henry Slater. They will be very small for me, my dear. What does they refers to here? Slippers that belongs to Abel Merriweather. Who is dear according to this line? Amelia Slater. Okay, na? So this kind of questions are going to get for board examinations, public examinations. And he said in a requested manner, in a requested tone, they will be very small for me, my dear. Mrs. Slater said immediately, they will stretch, won't they? They will stretch, won't they? She is in a serious manner. She got frustrated. She got angered immediately. As we already discussed that she is red-faced. Okay, na, red-faced. They will stretch, won't they? I am not going to have them wasted. I am not going to have them wasted. What are the things that she is not going to have them wasted, Nana? Slippers. She is not going to throw that slippers into dustbin. So better to use. Better to use. I don't want to throw these slippers at all. Well, and she has finished laying the table. She has finished adjusting the table. She started adjusting that, laying the table. Once the scene started, she took this time to finish laying the table. See, very soon she completed that laying the table, right? Yes, Henry, I have been thinking about that bureau of my father's now that is in bedroom. You know, I always wanted to have it after he died. And immediately she gave hint that, Henry, I always told you, I always explained you that whenever my father died and in his bedroom there is a new bureau, we need to take that bureau. Bureau is a chest of drawers, Nana, which contained a locked desk, which is there in this picture. This is called bureau. Okay, na? It contained chest of drawers with a locked desk. Okay, na? Bureau. That is bureau. And she gave hint to her husband that we need to take from him. I already told you, whenever he is going to die, immediately I want to take that thing. See, this line conveys that she is not at all interested towards her father. She is always showing interest towards the belongings that belong to her father. She doesn't have any love, affection towards his father. Okay, na? She is very fond of her Abel Merriweather things. Okay, na? Let us see what will happen. First they snatched slippers. Now the second thing is bureau. They came to bureau and she gave hint that, Henry, we wanted to take that bureau. Come on, let's go to snatch that from my father because he died. I always told you that whenever he died, we wanted to take that. Yes, and Henry did not like that idea to steal now, and he said simply with a brilliant word, you must arrange with Elizabeth when you are dividing things up. She gave one suggestion to his wife that, oh, why you are in a hurry manner? When your sister came, when you and your sister are dividing the things, better to take yours, better to take when that time only. Why? Without informing your sister, snatching the bureau from your father is not at all good thing. Not at all good thing. He said simply. and she did not listen. As we know that she is a red-faced, irritated, straightforward, vulgar woman. Okay, we know that, right? And she said immediately, Mrs. Slater, Elizabeth that sharp, you don't know about that Elizabeth. You don't know about Elizabeth, she is very sharp. She will see I am after it. After me, if she saw that situation, we will drive a hard bargain with. We are going to fight to receive that. Drive a hard bargain means in the sense, these two people are going to, okay na, fight between themselves to get anything. That is called drive a hard bargain. I am not going to have a drive bargain with my sister. Let us go and take. Let us go and take that. And Henry said that perhaps maybe she has got her eye on the bureau as well. I think she has eye on the bureau as well. I think she saw that bureau previous. And she said immediately, she has never been here since father bought it. Don't worry, when father bought that bureau, she is not at our home. Not necessary to bother about that thing. Okay na? Right, if it was only down here, if it was only down here instead of his room, imagine this is upstairs, okay na? This is downstairs. Instead of his room, if that bureau is down here, when she came, who came? When Elizabeth came, she would never guess that it wasn't our own if we changed that. If we changed the bureau from downstairs, upstairs to downstairs, when she came immediately, she has never guessed that it wasn't our own. Because when father bought that bureau, she is not there at our home. Okay na? She gave this idea. After listening this idea from his wife, he got shocked, surprised. He said immediately, Emilia, okay na, startled means surprised, alarmed, amazed. After he heard this idea from his wife, she too got surprised. My wife has such a great quality, snatching the things from others without knowing themselves. So he got shocked and he got surprised and he said, Emilia, you are very brilliant, my dear. Okay na? Right. Henry, why shouldn't we bring that bureau down here? We can do it before they come. Okay, Henry, why can't we do it now itself only? Before they come, let us replace. Before they come means, who does they refers to Nana? Elizabeth Jordan and Ben Jordan. Okay na? Right. And Henry said that in a stupefied and a stupid manner, I wouldn't care to. I don't like to change that bureau. And Mrs. Slater immediately, don't look so daft, why not? Don't look so silly. Why are looking so silly? Why not? And Henry said that it doesn't seem delicate anyhow. I think it is not a delicate thing. It is not a good idea to bring that bureau from downstairs to upstairs. Okay na? See, Henry does not like that idea to snatch the bureau, okay na, snatch the bureau from Abel Merriweather's room, okay na, which belongs to Abel, right? He is a good mind, but she is polluting him. Right, Mrs. Slater said immediately, what is this guy? This guy is always opposing my idea. What should I do now? And she got an idea. And she said immediately, we could put that shabby old chest of drawers upstairs where the bureau is now. Don't worry, we will replace the bureau. Okay na? Actually, these people, I mean downstairs has one dirty bureau, shabby bureau, dirty bureau, okay na? So shabby means very dirty nana, old, very bureau. We could put that shabby chest of old drawers to upstairs. We will bring that new bureau fruit to downstairs. I mean, in the sense, according to Emilia Slater, they are going to shift that bureaus, replace the bureaus. Actually, these people had old one, here there is a new one. These people wanted to replace these two. Okay na? Old one into new one, new place, new one into old one. These people wanted to change, replaces the bureau. Okay, at least he will accept with this idea. When Elizabeth came, Elizabeth could have that welcome. When Elizabeth came, she said immediately, and I wanted to take this bureau, old bureau, we will give that bureau, no problem. I wanted to get rid of it. I wanted to get rid of means I wanted to remove it. I wanted to discard it from a long time onwards. No problem, we will give it. When these two people replaces the bureaus, when Elizabeth came directly, when Elizabeth saw the old chest of drawers which was shifted by us, and she asked us, it was mine, then we will give it, no problem. Okay na? So that is the idea, right? And Henry got one more doubt. Suppose, yeah, she points to the drawers, and suppose they come when we are doing it, and he got a doubt. Suppose when we are shifting the bureaus, they come suddenly, what should we do now? What should we do when that time? Mrs. Slater said immediately, don't worry, I'll fasten the front door. I'll fasten means I'll close the front door. Get your coat off, Henry. Get your coat off means remove your coat, Henry. We will change it. We will change itself, now itself only. Mrs. Slater goes out to the fasten the front door. She went outside to close the front door, and Henry take his coat off. Henry take his coat off. Take off means removed his coat, and Slater reappeared. Slater again reappeared into the scene. Mrs. Slater said, I'll run up and move the chairs out of the way. If any chairs are there with obstacles, okay, now when they are moving now, this wanted to be obstacle, I wanted to remove this, all the things. Okay, Victoria appears dressed according to her mother instructions. Okay, now Victoria appears now, and Victoria dressed according to her mother instructions. Which dress, Nana? Which dress? Black dress. Black dress. Basically, in India, when the people died, we use white dress as the symbol of mourning. But in the foreign country, they use black dress. Black. Okay, na? Black is the symbol for mourning. Mourning. Black is the symbol for mourning, sadness. It can convey the meaning that is they are looking sad. Okay, na? They are looking sad. Mourning dress. Black dress, right? Yes. And okay. Victoria appears dressed according to the mother instructions. Victoria asked immediately to his father, what have you got your coat off, father? Father, what happened to you? Suddenly you removed your coat. Is there anything wrong? Why you suddenly removed your coat, father? And Henry said, mother and I are going to bring grandfather's bureau down here. Don't you know, my child? And me and your mother are going to bring grandfather's bureau down here. As she is a precocious girl, I mean intelligent girl, she understood that their parents are thefting. Their parents are thefting the bureau from her grandpa's room. So she understood immediately. She asked immediately a question that, are you planning to pinch it? Are you planning to steal it, father? Are you planning to pinch it? Okay, na? Are you planning to pinch it? Who is the speaker of these words, Nana? Victoria Slater. Are you planning to pinch it? What does they wanted to pinch? Okay, na? What they wanted to pinch means in the sense bureau. What does it means? Bureau that belongs to Abel Merriweather. To whom she asked this question means father. Okay, na? Right? Yes, my dear. Up to this, and let me conclude this lesson, and up to here I'll conclude this session, Anna. In our next class I taught you the remaining part of Dear Departed part 1, and with an interesting manner, and up to that better to have a look at the textbooks, Nana, if you have, and we will meet you in next class. Up to that, take care, see you, good night, bye bye.